Good evening, I'm Harry Keeling, and on behalf of the Alaskan Aviation Safety Foundation and Alaska Public Media, welcome to Hangar Flying. On Friday, our guest was Bob Lewis. Bob is a friend to many of us, and he retired on Friday as the FAA Regional Administrator after 49 years of service in the government, 47 with the FAA. And I asked Bob to come back tonight and take the opportunity to thank his colleagues and other folks in the aviation industry. So Bob, over to you.
Well, thank you, Harry. It's nice to be with you again. Feels great to be retired. A wonderful feeling. Well, you know, of all the things that have occurred in the field of aviation, the people that work in aviation are just a very special group based on my experience. I've worked with some very wonderful people at the FAA, people that have been a great help to me, have influenced me in many, many ways, have taught me a great deal, all of which I appreciate. I consider many of those that work in our organization as mentors for me because of their willingness to share their knowledge and their expertise in certain aspects of aviation, and that's been wonderful. Leaving that team is going to be difficult for me, and as I look ahead, I think, you know, I don't have to get up and go to work in the morning. That's a bit of a challenge. But one of the things that I have felt very strongly about is the importance of the FAA working closely with the aviation community, the leaders in the aviation industry here in Alaska. And it seems like that has gone pretty well over the years. I mean, there have been times when there's been a few rough spots, but generally speaking, it's just been outstanding to have that type of a working relationship where, you know, when something goes wrong or there's something that needs to be improved upon, we can sit down together and talk about it, figure out what needs to be done, and then arrange to accomplish that. And I think we've seen a lot of successes. You know, when you think about the Capstone program, which really became the backbone of the new next generation air transportation system, that was all developed right here in Alaska. It wasn't just the FAA, it was representatives of the aviation industry, the University of Alaska, the FAA working together as a team to come up with the solutions that we needed to make that work. And it turned out to be very successful. One organization that I would really like to mention that I think has played a very important part in aviation safety has been the Medallion Foundation. That organization, I mean, you won't find anything like it anywhere in the country. And I think that with the quality of the people that we have at the Medallion Foundation and the work that they do has contributed significantly to the downturn in the number of accidents that we have had. I mentioned on Friday the Capstone and weather cameras as being contributing factors, but certainly the Medallion Foundation has played a very important role in that. The Alaska Aviation Safety Foundation, it's been wonderful to work with you, Harry, and the folks that are involved with the Safety Foundation. The seminars that you put on are just outstanding. In fact, we just had one a couple of weeks ago, one of the best I've ever seen, and it was just, I mean, there was standing room only, you know, and those are just wonderful things. But in the university, I think we really owe a great debt of gratitude to the university, Rocky Capozzi and the people there, his staff. They do a wonderful job. They do a lot of great training there, but being able to work together with people like Rocky and you know, they make their facility available, just outstanding. And when we can all work together, I think we find good results. I mean, it's not just the FAA. We have wonderful people at the FAA, but we really have to have the rest of the aviation industry working together with us to be successful. And so I'm hopeful when I think about the future. I think, you know, we need to continue to stress that. You know, and there's one other person that I would really like to acknowledge, Dee Hansen in the Airmen's Association. You know, Dee puts on this trade show every year. You know, and it's the most exciting aviation event I think we have in the state year after year, and the amount of work that goes into that is just unimaginable. But Dee gets it done every year. It's an outstanding event. And I've just appreciated her work in that arena.
Well, when you talk about the team, there is one more thing that the team is planning, and I think it's representative of the appreciation and respect they have for you, and that's your going away party on Friday. So, in wrapping tonight's program up, Bob, I want to say one more time on behalf of the aviation community in Alaska and everybody that has had the pleasure of working with you, thank you very much for your service.
Oh, thank you, Harry. I appreciate it. I've enjoyed every minute of it. It's been great.
Ladies and gentlemen, until next time, fly safe.